Jai Hind everyone. Jai Hind. I am very glad to see everybody. Maybe I'll. So first of all, thank you so much to the institute, to Indus College. I think all of you all are in the right hands. Right from the moment I and my team stepped in, we could see the culture very, very strongly in the institute, in everybody around it. So I think first of all, you need to give a pat on your back to be in this institute, and congratulations to all of you all. So a big round of applause to all of you. I would also like to extend my thanks to Jatendra sir, Dr. Jatendra, Dr. Rati ma'am and our MD, who have invited me for this prestigious session, and I'm glad that I'm here to address each one of you. Now, before I jump into this session, one question that I want to ask you, you can see on the slide what I have mentioned, it's beyond marks and MBA, right? So all of you all have just joined in from your colleges here? Yes, yeah, okay. So how do you feel? Great. Energetic, okay, and excited, all right. I think, sorry? Curious, nervous, excellent. So I don't want only positive feedbacks from your or only affirmations. You have to be truthful to yourself that how are you actually feeling. It's first week, it's bound to feel nervous, right? Anybody who just joins their postgraduate course, it's a PGDM or it's an MBA, whatever it is, I'm sure there is curiosity, there is nervousness, there is excitement. Now, how many of you all, after your completion of this course, want to become a CEO of an organization? Please stand up, whoever wants to become a CEO in an organization, let's say in 5 years, 10 years down the line. Be confident, have confidence in yourself. Okay. All right. Okay, amazing. I am glad to see so many people standing up, and congratulations and all the best to all of you all. Okay, thank you so much. Professors, teachers, please have a look. We have a lot of CEOs in the campus right now, right? Booming CEOs. Okay, please have a seat. Now, all those who would want to maybe start their own startup, their own organization, who are those? Anyone here? Please stand up. I can see the CEOs also standing up. So do you all want to be CEOs of your own startup? Yes. Okay, excellent. Okay, so this is a different population. There are few common faces, but a lot of them are new. Okay, so we have a lot of people with startups. Please have a seat. Thank you so much. Now, how many of you all, whatever it is, whether it's a corporate world, whether you are having your own startup, or you're driving your own business, how many of you all want to earn respect when you go further in your career? Whatever you choose, you want to be respected. Amazing. This is what I wanted to see. This is our future, and respect is the essence of everything. So congratulations. I was expecting this from this batch. Please have a seat. Thank you so much. So why did I ask this question? Because whether you are driving your own business, a startup, or in a corporate field, respect has to be the underlying principle of anything and everything that you do. Because you would be leading your teams, you would be leading organizations. If people don't respect you, I think that itself is a failure, right? Okay. Now let me start with the presentation. Okay. Sorry, I cannot see it from here, so, all right. So your degree gives you knowledge, and your career is built on choices. So the degree that you are currently going to have, the prior educational qualification that you had, okay, will definitely give you a lot of knowledge, confidence to become whatever you want to, okay. But to be successful in your career, it is the choices that you're going to make. And at every stage, you will have at least two choices in front of you. A simple one, a difficult one. Difficult one, you may feel it may take time, it may take longer. You may not achieve what you are expecting or the goals that you have set for yourself, but for sure you will get there over a period of time. The shorter one or the easier one will get you there quickly, but it may not guarantee that you will stay in that position for a longer time. Which choice would you want to take? Difficult one? Because our education, our knowledge, everything, we want to use it for a purpose. We want to grow in our future, right? So it all depends on the choices that you make. Okay. Now 20 years ago when I did my MBA, I was sitting right there the way you are sitting. Okay, mind you, just giving you some background, I have done my education from Pune, so I have a very special place of all those who come to Pune to study, okay, and I'm glad that I'm here to address all of you. So 20 years ago, I was also right there in the audience listening to somebody, all excited, confident, nervous, having big plans. I thought everything is sorted, everything is planned, a good institute, good marks, I'll get into a good organization, I'll be a successful corporate employee or a human being. Was it all so easy? Do you think it's also easy that you can just plan it on a paper? No, right? Because things that we think are simpler, in reality, they are not. It's not easy and you cannot plan everything. There are various changes that happens. Whatever you plan, it will never go as per your plans. Because God has His own plans. Right? We hear it and I've seen it. I'll tell you why in the next few slides. So how many of you believe that the first job that you are going to get will guarantee success or will define your career? How many of you all feel? Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can raise your hand completely, it's okay. You don't have to put it here, up, down, up, down. Okay? Okay, so you all think that the first job that you get will define your career. I will say that it won't. I think there's some, okay. It won't. Now why? The first job that you land after completing your post-graduation is definitely important. It's a stepping stone. But that is not the only thing that will guarantee success for you or that will guarantee that you will have a successful career ahead. There are various factors that come into picture, and not just the first job, but if you have a tick mark on all these various factors, then you can say that you have a successful career. Yeah? Now, why do I say that? Currently, I am working in DHL supply chain. All of you all have heard about it. My career graph, if you see, I started with bachelor's in computer science. So I'll give you a little background before my education. I come from a family of lawyers. Now, I heard that this institute itself has a background of military people, people from the army, forces, military. Probably some of you all also have families into that stream. I come from a family with a law background, a legal background. So obviously it was assumed that I am also going to become a lawyer, right? Because everybody in the family is lawyer, so it was a no-brainer. But I wanted to do something different. When I took my admission for the bachelor's in computer science, I was still not sure. And it's okay. It's okay not to be sure. We will not every time have some fixed plans. So what I did, I took admission in Pune in Modern College for bachelor's in computer science, and along with that, I also took admission in ILS Law College. All of you all know ILS Law College from Pune? Yeah, so I got an admission there as well. The law college started immediately before the computer science college started, And I started attending the law college. I went there for a week. And that's when the lists came out, and I had gotten one of the best institutes for computer science. And computer science was booming that time, so I thought, okay, no, law is not my cup of tea. I don't want to go there. Probably I want to move towards computer science. So I changed my field radically, completely. Am I regretting it now? No, I'm not, right? I did my computer science. It was computer science. And I have done MBA in HR. Is there any correlation? No. I did my bachelor's in computer science, hardcore IT background, very, very technical. I was doing coding, everything. But I was not getting that kick. I was not getting that excitement, the way you all see, if I said that you feel excited, I was not feeling that. I knew something is missing. I don't know what at that point of time, but I knew something is missing. Now what was missing was when I did my bachelor's of computer science, I was behind the computer screen, doing coding, writing codes for the organization or for my institute, but there was no human interface. Probably I was meant to be interacting with people, and that did not give me any excitement. That did not give me any kick. And I felt that, okay, something is missing. That is the point when somebody reached out to me, or rather I was having discussions that what should I do, because the next step after BCS was MCS or MCA, yeah, which is obvious. So all my colleagues, all my friends were taking admissions from MCS, MCA. I was in the line, but I was not happy. I reached out to somebody just to get guidance. Now I understand that that person should be called as a mentor. I got a mentor very early in my life. And I shared this that I'm not happy, I don't feel excited. That's when the person just nudged me that probably you're not meant to be sitting behind the screen and working. Maybe you're meant to be interacting with people, with human beings. Then we had discussions and all of that, and I realized, okay, MBA is one area where if I do specialization in human resources, I will have ample amount of opportunity to interact directly with people. And I changed my line once again. So the path was not straight. It was not the way I had thought. I changed, I moved, I navigated, but with the support of a mentor. So a mentor plays a very, very crucial role. Why am I telling you all? Because it is important for you all to also know that having a mentor early in your life will always give you guidance and support to move forward. The mentor will help you navigate if there are any obstacles in your career, okay, which you will not even realize, but the mentor would. Once I did my MBA, I started working. I got into a first job was in Pune. I was working in Pune, an IT firm. Because I did my computer science, I got into an IT firm, but into an HR role. Again, I was working, I was happy, but still there was no fire. Because maybe I was not getting challenged enough. I love working on something where I use my mind, I'm being challenged, there is always something new to learn. I got into Zycom, which is into electronic securities, and that is when my portfolio was an HR generalist completely, and I was working in that domain. Post which I moved into DHL Express, DHL supply chain. I did my XLRI as well. Along the way, I did not stop learning, and now here I am. So through my journey, what I want to tell you is, don't think that the plans will be fixed and rigid. You can change, you can navigate as per your requirements, your needs, what gives you happiness, because if you are not happy, you won't be successful. So don't think that, okay, मैंने तो अभी ये कर लिया है, अभी मैं कुछ change नहीं कर सकता या कुछ नहीं change कर सकती. Never say never, okay? Second, having a mentor early on in your life is important. Find a mentor. If not now, after you complete your post-graduation, once you step into a corporate world, please find a mentor. They will guide you and you will move up the ladder very successfully. And then keep learning. Do not stop learning after this course of yours is done, after your post-graduation is done. Always keep upskilling yourself. Now your degree gets you an interview. We all know that. But will it give you promotion? Will it give you success in your career ahead? No, it will give you the entry into the corporate world. But navigating your way after that, it's up to you. It's your choices, how you move on further, and what do you do. Yeah? So I'm going to show you some steps and some truths which probably nobody tells you. Okay? That MBA is not everything. So your degree gets you an interview. Now what you learn from here is important, that you make the right choices and then you can move ahead. The next one is, nobody pays you for what you know. They pay you for solving problems. So when you move into an organization, you will definitely be hired because of your education, the institute that you come from, all of it. However, when you want to move in the organization, they are going to pay you if you solve their problems. If you move around saying that I am from this institute and I know it all, good luck to you, right? You should be in a position where you are able to understand what problem is there and you are able to solve that problem. Okay. This is the second truth. Now at college, marks are important. When you are studying, please focus. Your grades are critical. It is non-negotiable in that space. But once you move out, ensure how you think, how your thought process is. I'm going to play a quick video. Some of you all must have seen this, but I would like to know that there were few people who raised their hands to become CEOs or have startups. But have you all already planned your career completely? Do you have the entire map in front of you, and do you think it's going to happen the way you think it is? Anyone has seen this video from Steve Jobs, connecting the dots? You have, right? Okay. So for the benefit of others who have not seen it, maybe I'll just give you a crux of it. It's fine, it's fine. You can skip that. So Steve Jobs is addressing a college where the students are graduating, and he is telling his life history. We all know that he is a college dropout. He did not study further because he felt that money is being wasted, and he thought of using that money in something which is more interesting or something that he likes. So when he did that, he went to Reed College and he saw that on all the drawers or shelves or everything, there was a nice calligraphy, okay? And the names were written with nice calligraphy. Now with that calligraphy, he thought of investing his money into that space and learn calligraphy, and then with that, he was the one who built that calligraphy, and what you see on the keyboards of Macintosh at that time was because of that calligraphy. So even if he is a college dropout, he knew, he had planned everything earlier. He went to study business, but he moved out of it. He put his mind, his money into area of his interest, learned something that he liked, and his career was different, on a different path altogether. We know now what Steve Jobs was, right? So this video is very, very nice. It says connecting the dots. So right now you may not understand, but when you look back after say 5 years from now, you will be able to connect the dots, that why things happen or what happened because of the choices that you made. So it's important to make choices and stick with it. No choice is the right choice or wrong choice. If you believe in it, if you think that is as per your liking, go ahead. Then we know that you will put your complete heart in it. Yeah? Okay. So let's move to the next one. Now careers are built sideways, not upwards. So I gave you a background about how my career trajectory has been. I joined Dishnet Wireless in Pune. Vijay Bhatkar, do you all know Vijay Bhatkar? No? The first supercomputer was invented by Dr. Vijay Bhatkar. So I was working for him in his organization, very closely associated with him while I was working. He was extremely passionate about HR. Post that, I moved to Mumbai. I worked in multiple organizations, in multinationals, DHL Express, DHL Supply Chain, but it was not just one domain in HR. So I had a generalist profile, then employee engagement, I was heading Comp and Ben, I was heading talent management. So multiple aspects within HR. It's important that if you pick a field, you try to learn every aspect within that field so that you become a master and you understand what's there in the field totally, in totality if you want to head that particular function someday. Yeah. So careers are built sideways, not upwards. It's never a single ladder that is shown typically. It's always a curved road, but keep going continuously. The fourth truth, AI. We all keep talking about AI these days. I'm sure you will learn about AI as well. People fear that AI will replace us, but AI is not going to replace us, but people who know AI will replace those who don't. So it's important that you invest your time, energy, efforts in learning AI. It's a very, very critical tool. So whether it is ChatGPT, Copilot, or multiple other things. So we use it typically. Has anybody used AI in this week? Anyone use ChatGPT? Okay, did anyone use ChatGPT today? Okay, good. So ChatGPT is being used for writing emails, but you know ChatGPT can write excellent documents for you, wherein it can tell you the entire process flow if you're working on any project as well. So we need to use these options, this artificial intelligence in a smart manner. Now why are we using it? Are we lazy to use it? No, it's going to save our time. So the time that we are spending in doing all these things, it can write commands for you, it can make presentations for you, it can generate a report for you, it can do analysis of data in a very beautiful manner that you can present. It saves a lot of time. That time can be utilized for something better. So keep learning. If you have not started already, please spend some time in learning different ways of using AI. At least spend 20 minutes every day from today onwards is what I would suggest to each one of you. 20 minutes is not a big ask, but trust me, the compounded effect that you will have after 2 years will be unimaginable. Now your reputation travels faster than your resume. Again, very, very critical. We spend a lot of time in working on our resume. At the entry level, I get it, it's important, but once you are in the corporate world, with whom you are working, people observe you closely. They may not come and tell you every time, okay, I think this is good, or this is bad, or I think this is where you need to develop, but they keep in mind. If there is something, some position that comes up, you should be their top of mind recall because of the impression that you have created. Okay? Now why that impression or reputation gets created? Because of your work, the kind of work you have done, the kind of attitude that you carry. Knowledge is important, but for me, attitude is the most important thing, right? So the attitude that you carry, integrity, the trust, consistency, all of these are important aspects. Now to give you an example, I'll give you my personal example. 2 of my jobs I have got without even applying, just because of the reputation that I had created. Okay, and I was literally being asked to join that organization or that role because I had worked with that person earlier in 2 organizations I'm talking, or they had heard about me, or the projects that I had worked upon. So it's important that you create that reputation wherever you go. It's not that ye job kar liya, maine 2 saal nikal liye, now I'm going to move to another organization. It doesn't matter. Background check होगा तो होगा, उसमें क्या है, HR तो दे ही देगा. अच्छा, HR देगा, लेकिन आपका जो बैकग्राउंड चेक है या जो रेप्यूटेशन है, आप आपके लोगों के साथ जो कनेक्ट करते हो, पीपल डू चेक. एज यू मूव अप द लैडर, दे विल नॉट जस्ट डू द बैकग्राउंड चेक. They will call the people that you have worked with and take feedback from them. So it's important that you work on that area as well. Okay. Now, one thing that I want is all of you all, I can see all of you all are taking down notes. I want each one of you to write down 3 words. That what do you want your manager to describe you 5 years from today? It could be your manager, or it could be somebody that you look up to or you have been working with. How do you want to be described? 3 words from 5 years down the line. Okay, done everyone? Okay. Now would somebody want to share? I would want few of you all to share. Yes.
Jai Hind, ma'am.
Jai Hind.
Ma'am, my name is Chirag. The three words, first word is efficient, second word is innovative, third one is problem solver.
Amazing. Very nice. I like those words. A big round of applause to you. Who is next? Who would want to share? Yeah, yes.
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Yash Mittal and I want to know, I want people to know me as dedicated, work oriented and growth oriented.
Dedicated, work oriented, growth oriented. Okay, amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. I'll ask him and then I'll come to you. Yeah.
Jai Hind ma'am, I am Aditya Sharma. I want my manager to see that I am disciplined with good communication and knowledgeable.
Very good. Good communication and knowledgeable. To remain knowledgeable, you need to keep learning throughout. Yes. Important area. Yes. And then we move to this side.
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Rishi Shinde. I want my manager to describe me as trustworthy, independent and critical thinker.
Very nice. So I'm glad to hear everybody has a different thought process. Not a single word has been repeated. Right? Great. Okay, this side. Yeah, any one of you.
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Sanskriti Dubey and I want people to know me as disciplined, consistent and great at adapting the situations and giving solutions after it.
Amazing. Adaptability is important, giving solution critical. Yeah.
Jai Hind ma'am, I'm Alisha and I want to be known as someone who is disciplined, hardworking and an asset to the company.
Okay, great. Disciplined, hardworking has, one second. Yeah, please have a seat.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, anyone else from your?
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Anshika Kandele and I want my manager to describe me as very professional employee with right attitude and with great problem solving skills.
Okay, amazing. One very important thing, please have a seat, is right attitude. Right? It's a very critical thing. Yes.
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Manya Mishrekar and I want my manager to think of me as a helpful person along with someone who is up for new tasks and a very culture oriented person.
Okay, thank you. So culture is first time somebody saying. Culture, is it built by us only? It is built by company? Surrounding everybody, right? So if we follow that culture or we are part of that organization, it is built by all of us. It's not just one man show. Who else? Anybody last? Anyone would want to just get up and you can share? Okay.
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Samarth Nathe. I want my manager to describe me as a hardworking person as well as their treasure and always and someone who is always ready to learn new things.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, please give it to him. He's been asking for quite some time.
Jai Hind ma'am, I am Ayush Upadhyay and I want my manager to describe me as someone who has immense amount of persuasion skills, who is disciplined and one who can manage time efficiently.
Okay, very good. Persuasion skill I just now saw. So I think you are on the right track. All right. So we all know in our mind, right, what are the three words that we want to be described as. Now these three words, whatever you have thought, some got the opportunity to share, others who couldn't. You know that these are important factors or important qualities that you want to be recognized as. When you are working in an organization, ensure that you work with those qualities or those three things that you have mentioned here in mind. Okay? Now, one more thing, nobody tells the students, management students, that it is important to have your CGPA scores high, but after a point of time, nobody remembers the scores. What do they remember? Communication. One of you all mentioned about communication. It is important that you have good communication, you work on the communication skills. You all are management students here. Try and present something. Even if you are scared to make a presentation, take that first step, take that first leap and make it a habit of presenting. Over a period of time, you will overcome that fear. Okay? So communication is very important. Once you're sitting in a room of board members, it's important that your voice is being heard, and it can be when you have knowledge and communication. The next important thing is continuous learning. Please do not stop learning at any point of time in your life. So it's not just your educational qualification being done and there's a tick mark and after that you enter the corporate world and you stop learning. No. You have to continue learning, whatever it could be. It could be some small courses, it could be some certification, it could be online learning, anything. But you have to continue to grow continuously, you have to keep learning continuously, learn new skills. Develop yourself as per the changing times. Now AI has come. If you don't learn AI, if you don't learn how to use it, you will fall behind, which we don't want, right? Yeah. The next one is reading. How many of you all are avid readers here, or you like reading? Okay. All right. Okay, so we have some who read, but make this a habit, make it a practice. It could be just 2 pages every day, not much. If you can read more, 5 pages, read that. It can be anything of your choice. Need not be just management books. It can be anything. Because when you are in a group and you start speaking, you need to have knowledge about every aspect of life or every aspect what is happening in the society around you. And that knowledge you are going to gain when you read. News you hear, fine, but reading adds a different skill altogether. Yeah, so continue reading. Reliability. Again, somebody had mentioned that I want to be a reliable person. Now this is an important characteristic, because if your manager or the senior management or anybody you are working with cannot rely on you, cannot depend on you and cannot have the confidence that okay, some work is given to you and you will deliver it, then probably next time that work is not going to come to you, and we don't want that. So it's important that you are reliable. People trust you with whatever work they give. Yeah. AI fluency, I've already spoken about it. There are various AI tools available now in the market. Pick up any, start learning about it. Once you're done with that, move ahead, pick up the second tool and work on it. And you will save so much of time in future when you're making your presentations, you're analyzing data, or you're coming up with, even for those who want to start their startup, you can get an entire pitch for your startup or what kind of startup you should start. That as well you will get through this. Okay? And the last one, and probably not glorified enough, is networking. This is a very, very important piece. You have to network with people around you. It cannot be main or mera kaam. I am delivering within the timelines, I am completing my targets, I am overachieving my targets, but I am not communicating, I am not networking. That will not help you grow. You will do excellent work in your current area, but if you have to grow within your organization, you have to network with people. A lot of times, even whether it is meetings or any other forums, you want your proposal to be passed. It's human nature. If you have a good network, if you have a good connection with someone, they are going to approve it easily and they will not be the tough nut, which otherwise they would be, right? So it helps. It helps. Do not network with people with an agenda ki if I have some work, my work should be get done. That should not be the agenda. You should not network with people with a purpose to gain something. But networking will also help create your brand. If you network with 10 people and they talk good about you, your brand is becoming stronger. You all know about personal brand, right? That is the reputation that we spoke some time ago. So that personal brand is critical, and that will become stronger with your networking skills. Do not network with people only and until you have worked with them and then just shut the door. It's not going to help. Yeah? So this is most underestimated piece. Now biggest career mistakes now in last 2 decades being in HR, few of the career mistakes that I have seen, which I don't want you all to do, is I'm putting up on screen. Okay, so that you know and you follow it and you don't repeat those mistakes, because you are yet to enter the corporate world. First one is waiting for a promotion instead of earning it. Times have changed. Even in government offices these days, you will not get a promotion because you have completed 5 years or 4 years, तो automatic promotion हो गया. अभी नहीं होता है ये सब. If you are not working, if you are not earning it, if you are not working towards it, you are not going to get promotion. You have to show that you can do better. Now, will you get promotion if you are doing excellent in your current work? No. If you do excellent in your current work, maybe you will get excellent ratings. But if you want to be promoted to the next level, you have to show your manager that you are ready for that next level. And you have to start thinking in that direction. So the next level role has probably more responsibilities. You need to, even if you are at this level, you need to start taking those responsibilities already. You need to start thinking and working on those lines or discussing on those lines on how do I do it? How do I achieve it? That is when the manager is going to realize that, okay, this person is already ready to move to the next role. I think he or she is ready. We should just promote the person, but not by doing just excellent work in your current role. You should be ready for the next role. Do you all agree with what I said? Yeah, this is one piece which probably I want to tell you. Everybody believe that if you are doing excellent work in your current role, you will be promoted. No, it's not like that. People should see that you can fill in the next role, next level role as well. The next one is comparing yourself to others. Now human nature, it happens. We both join at the same time, we both join at the same salary. The person has got promoted, I have not. I think you should never compare yourself, because then you are putting yourself down by comparing yourself with somebody else, whoever the person that you are comparing must be great. But even you are good. You don't have to compare. You prove yourself and move up, but don't compare. The minute you start comparing, you have lost the battle already. Yeah? The next one is not reading ever. So there were few hands which were not raised. It's a feedback or input to all of you all that please start reading. Pick up books of your choice. It can be an online article, but start reading. Once you start reading, you have no idea. When you start speaking, that knowledge is going to help you. That knowledge will give you a lot of confidence to talk. The next one is burning bridges on the way out. Now this happens quite frequently early in the career, because somebody joins an organization, spends say 1 year, 2 years, wants to move out, the manager is not releasing, ya fir you know that you have to serve notice period, you think, okay, I have just began my career, I'll not give the notice period, I'll just leave. You will not get your relieving letter, all of that. But these are just formalities. What are you doing? You're burning your bridges. First, you can never go back to that organization. Even if you don't want to go back to that organization, there are people working in that company who must have created a thought process or an image about you. If they move to some other organization, they are never going to recommend you. Or even if they get to know कि अरे इस बंदे को या इस बंदी को hire करना है, they would be the first one and say नहीं इसको मत लो, ये ऐसे ही भाग जाएगा. Your trust, your reputation is destroyed. Never ever burn your bridges. एमिकेबली जाओ, प्रॉब्लम है मैनेजर के साथ, बात करो, डिस्कस करो, सॉर्ट करो, नहीं हो रहा है, मूव आउट ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. One organization is not the last place in the world. You can always move out, but move out in a nicer manner. Never do it. The next one is saying that's not my job. Again, this happens quite frequently. You should be always open to take in responsibilities, but don't overburden yourself. If your plate is already full, you cannot take anything longer, that's fine. Have a talk with your manager and get it sorted. But if you think this is not my job, I'm not going to even touch it, I'm not going to do it, that's not the right attitude. You take it, you do it. If you're unable to manage it, talk it and then sort it out. But I have seen many people who do this, and this happens very early in the career. कि ये मुझे नहीं करना है, ये मेरे प्रोफाइल में कहाँ लिखा था, जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन में कहाँ है ये? But do you realize by not doing it, you are missing an opportunity of learning something new? If you do it, you will learn something new, you will gain some experience out of it. So never do it. Take it up, try and manage, not possible, talk, communicate and move on. Yeah? And then the last one is thinking that learning ends after the MBA or PGDM. I have mentioned a number of times, do not stop learning over here. Continue your learning journey. Do courses, do certification, do whatever that will upgrade your skills, upskill you. Now, things I wish that someone told me when I was 22. I'm not that old, by the way. I mentioned 20 years of experience and 22 years back, so I'm not very old is what I would want to say, but yes, I wish somebody would have told me the way these days all of you all get the opportunity that people come and talk to you. We were not blessed enough to have somebody come and speak to us in this manner. Read every day, build your LinkedIn. How many of you all have LinkedIn profiles? How many of you all post frequently on the profile? Okay, very few hands. How many of you all comment or like or mention something on the profile? Okay, more number. It's important that you keep building your LinkedIn profile. If you have read something, there's a short article, you have something to say about it, please put it up. Please put it on LinkedIn. Build your network, build your connection through LinkedIn. A lot of jobs land through LinkedIn these days, because they will see how active you are, what all learnings you have done, certifications you have done, please update it on LinkedIn. And there are many recruiters out there looking for students or candidates who have the required skill set. Volunteer for the hard project. So there would be some projects which would be difficult, which would be hard, which you will feel that I won't be able to do it, but volunteer for it. Try to take it up, work on it, see if it's possible. Now, quickly I want to give one example over here, or okay, I'll give that later. Let me finish this. Find mentors. I have already mentioned that. Do not wait for somebody to walk up to you and tell you, okay, I'm there, I'm your mentor. Okay, let me do mentoring for you. No, people don't come like this. You have to reach out to the mentor. You have to seek guidance from the mentor. The mentor will be somebody who will guide you, who would nudge you, who would put you in the right direction. All know about mentor, right? Invest early. Now, is anybody here in investments? Do you invest? I don't want to know how much you invest, but do you know how to do it? Do you all invest? Okay, I can see more hands up in this side. Girls? I'm not happy to see such less hands there. It should be like all the girls have put their hands up. Thank you. Investing is important for everybody, whether it is for boys or for girls, but you need to start investing early. Invest in SIPs, invest in mutual funds, invest in FDs if you want to play safe. If you have no knowledge about investments, please reach out to somebody. I'm sure there are so many people available who will guide you that what is investment all about. Why am I telling you? Why it is important to invest early? Because if you invest in SIP right from now, you must be getting pocket money. कुछ तो मिलता होगा family से. उसमें से आप 1000 रुपए भी डालते हो ना SIP में. The compounded investment that will happen after 10 years, 15 years will be unimaginable. And the early you start, the better it is, because the bigger corpus is what you will build. Now this I was not told by somebody, but I was fortunate when I was working. One of my friend was a CA and I reached out to her and she helped me and I started building it from then. I think each one of you all should do it. I keep telling my team also about it. Right? They are doing it. I want all of you all also to do it. Yeah. Learn AI. Get fluent in Excel. Excel, now we say there is Power BI, Excel is not required, but even if there is Power BI, a lot of things are still done on Excel. So be fluent in Excel, okay? And then present. This, I've mentioned that present, even if you're scared, you're not confident, please make presentations. Now during your 2 years course, I'm sure you will make a lot of presentations. But if you start doing this right from now, even if it's your first week, it could be just in front of your friends, you will gain a lot of confidence. You will know how to sharpen your saw. You will know which space or which area is it that you need to brush off. This is what I wish I was told when I was 22. Now what actually CEO looks at, not at the IQ, not at your scores, but when I say the CEO, the managing director of the organization or CEO of the organization is not going to look only at your scores. Every time you come and talk to them, your scores are not going to flash on your forehead. What they are going to look at is, can the CEO trust you? Can you learn? They will test whether this person can learn something new or not. These days, CEOs are not somebody who will give work only to the senior management. There is a lot of scope for people who join directly from the campus, from the management schools, because they are fresh mind, it's fresh blood, you know external view, so you will land up with great projects. But if you cannot learn, then you have lost the opportunity. Can you influence? Now, influencing is not just for the senior management or the leaders. Anybody can influence anyone. You can influence your friend for something, for buying something, for not buying something, for investing your time in something, right? Each of us can influence somebody. They will check if you are able to influence or not. Can you solve problems? And will people follow you? If you go with a problem stating this is the problem, then it's difficult. But if you go with a solution to the problem, you would be the one who would be sought after next time when there's an issue. That's going to change the perception altogether. Now, few things which I follow or I believe strongly is never stop learning. I've been harping on this point continuously, never stop learning. Please continue learning. Say yes to uncomfortable opportunities. Uncomfortable opportunities, what I mean is difficult projects, difficult work. Say yes to it. Don't get scared, don't shy away from responsibility. Because then next time somebody may think that no, the person is still not ready. Let's give the person some more time. Yeah, but take it up and then find ways how to manage it. Treat everyone with respect. This was the first question that I asked everybody, and I was very happy and glad to see that everybody stood up. So it's critical that you treat everybody with respect, not just your seniors, but your juniors, your office staff, your college staff, people around you, everybody you need to treat with respect. Very important and non-negotiable. Be known for reliability. Again, you should be trustworthy, reliable person, and people remember how you made them feel and not your designation. Now, a short experience I want to share here, which I was going to mention earlier. People remember how you made them feel, right? Early in my career, I was working in one organization who are into gift coupons. Okay, Sodexo. You have heard about Sodexo? Yeah. So Earlier we were into paper coupons, you know that, now we get into cards, now they are into cards. So there was a time when there was a transition happening from paper to card, and we had a factory set up right under our office. One full floor was our factory, and we used to actually print the paper coupons there. And there was a huge workforce in the factory, so they started their job from Sodexo, and they have been working there for their entire lifetime. 20 years, 25 years they have been working with Sodexo. Now suddenly when there was a transition happening from paper to card, obviously the first thing that happens is it has an impact on the man force, right, the workforce there, because machines will take over, the cards will be printed through machines, and you will no longer require human beings to actually work. And a decision, there were a lot of discussions to and fro, and a decision was taken that we will have to remove all the people who were working here and managing the paper business. Now as HR, people think that we have seen many memes, HR matlab sirf rangoli, par ye sach nahi hai. HR is not just rangoli, that is in, I don't know in how many ages back, but HR is a very important function. Now the decision that was taken by the management was to ask everyone to leave, and there were like the number was huge, like 2,000 plus employees, and for them this was their bread and butter. It was hand to mouth for them, their entire family was dependent on the salary that they were earning. Now suddenly if we tell somebody that okay, we will give you notice period of 3 months, but after 3 months you don't come. Now these people had very less, you can say, educational qualification because they were workers, so hardly 12th pass, some could be graduates, but most of them 10th pass and 12th pass. Where will they get jobs in this market, right? And suddenly at that age, if we are asking somebody to move out in their 40s, 50s, of course it's very, very difficult. So the decision was taken to ask everybody to leave, but as HR, what we proposed was, maybe instead of asking everyone to leave in next 3 months, let's support them in finding a job. Now what we did was, I was leading that project, it was extremely difficult project. What we did was, we started reaching out to agencies. They did not even have their CVs that point of time, because उन्होंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था, they thought they'll retire from this organization. We built the CVs for them. We supported them, we gave them knowledge on how to appear for an interview. What are the questions being asked? What do you need to respond? We looked for opportunities for them, कि कहाँ कहाँ आप apply कर सकते हो. So 3 months, we gave them thorough training, and we spent a lot of time behind them. Now there were people from the management, senior management, who actually walked up to me and told me, why you're putting in so much of efforts. Anyways, we are going to give them XYZ additional salary, and they'll move out of the organization. At this age, they are not going to get any jobs. Right? It was a difficult project, and people had already thought that we are wasting time over here. There's no point. We started also checking internally if there are any internal positions, if somebody who has any certification or any desk job, technical skills है, आप किसी को internally job दे सकते हो क्या? In 3 months for these 2,000 employees, we did so much of support and we did so much of back work for them that around 40 to 50 employees were placed internally, and almost 500 employees were placed externally. We couldn't place everybody. That is the sad story. But out of 2,000, if we were able to place even 600, I think that was a big achievement. Logo ko laga tha, the management thought we won't be able to place even 6, and we reached to 600. So it was a very, very difficult project. I cannot explain what we went through at that time. But people remember how you made them feel. After these people were placed, and when their 3 months of notice period was complete, we were supposed to give them the letters and ask everyone, okay, this is your last day. These people showed up with their families, and we had not called their families. Their families came with sweets. They came, they sat, they actually called for me. I never share this incident with anyone, but I wanted to share it with you all. The feeling of achievement or the feeling of being there for somebody, it's different. That you were able to support someone when they needed somebody to give them a shoulder, most is different. I was not looking for a promotion or a salary increase through this. It was just the agenda that was driving me was if I'm able to help them and if I'm able to make a difference in their lives. And I feel for those 600 people, I was able to do that difference. I want you all also to have that in your mind. I'm sure all of you all will be successful in your careers. But whenever you get an opportunity to support somebody, to help somebody, don't shy away. Just because you have to go out of your way to support someone. Trust me, the gratitude and the satisfaction that you will get out of it is nothing compared to any promotion or any salary hike. Yeah? Okay, so I'm almost done. 2 graduates, different journeys, 10 years later, who do you think will move up? A or B? B, because the person is learning, curious, moving ahead, supportive, has built the network. So that person who keeps learning is going to grow further. Now, success isn't built during placements. You will have the placement season as well after 2 years. But after that, it will be built every Monday morning after you join. How driven you are, do you still have Monday blues on Monday, will decide how successful you are. Yeah? You will not have Monday blues if you are happy with what you are doing. Your degree opens your first door and your character decides how they remain open. And last but not the least, be curious, continue learning, be courageous. If you think that you are standing for something right and you believe in it, have the courage to stand for it until the end and be consistent. Be consistent throughout your journey in life. Okay, hard work and consistency goes a long, long way. So with that, I would like to end my session. Thank you so much to all of you all for listening patiently. If there are any questions you would want to ask, I'm happy to answer. Yes?
Jai Hind, ma'am.
Jai Hind.
My name is Chirag. Ma'am, my question to you is that, ma'am, we know that you're an integral part of the employee engagement in a global logistic and supply chain company. In logistics, we face many disagreements over some policy or some sort of action or deadline between 2 human beings or some argument, anything. Ma'am, my question to you is how do we solve such a human behavior bottleneck and how we can improve so that we come to a standpoint like a middle ground between 2 human beings?
Okay,
Thank you.
great question. Thank you for asking that. So in DHL, we have employee opinion survey. We also participate in Great Place to Work. DHL is one of the top companies to be as a great place to work. In employee opinion survey, we take a lot of feedback from our employees to understand the pulse of the organization. Now, what you asked, ironically, yesterday itself, we had some sessions with our employees. We connect sessions, and we did have a session where there was this kind of bottleneck. There were employees with different opinions, with different thought processes, and they are very rigid with what they think or what they feel is right. Now, every time there is no right or wrong way to deal with such situations. The first and foremost important thing is that you listen to your employees. Let them share what they feel, let them talk it out. Because if you are going to go on a back foot, or if you are going to argue with them for anything that they are putting across, next time they will not share their feedback or they will not open up to you. So it's important that you listen. If you think that factually what they are saying is not correct, maybe the situation actually is different, you clarify it, you tell them that this is not like this and XYZ, this is actually what the policy says and this is what you are thinking. But if you think that what they are saying is correct, or there is some meat to it, there is nothing wrong, or you don't become smaller by accepting something and telling them, okay, this is a good point, we will think about it. We cannot make the changes immediately, but you can always take feedback and opinions, and if there is a good point, you talk about it, take it back to the management, discuss, and if you want to make any changes in the policy, go ahead and do that, which we do. We do take feedback from employees and make changes. Yeah.
Jai Hind, ma'am. I am Aditya Sharma. So, ma'am, as you talked about respect, so in corporate world or say in any professional environment, if our senior or talks in a disrespectful way or in a rude tone, so how can we face such situation, ma'am?
Okay. So there are two ways to face this situation. First, if somebody is talking rudely as a human behavior, initially you may keep quiet. After some time, maybe your volume will also start rising. If you are a person with less patience, and you will also get into an argument. Ideally, in corporate world or in any situation, that should not be the option that you should go for. If somebody is being rude, you have to tell the person that can we, if and it is in front of a crowd, you have to ask the person or your manager that let's go and discuss this in a meeting room, let's talk it out there. So first step what you are doing is you are moving out the person from this situation and taking him in a closed room where it's just you and him. So at that point of time, if you even tell him that you know what you're saying, I think it's not appropriate or not the right way to talk, can we just discuss it in an amicable way, the person will soften or mellow down. In some situation, the person may be egoistic and probably will raise it even to the next level. If you are not able to manage it at your level, or if it keeps happening repetitively, you can always reach out to your HR and talk to your HR. When you share such situations, be rest assured that confidentiality is always maintained, and you have to reach out to the right people and do not talk it on the floor कि ये मुझसे ऐसे बात कर रहा है, ये कोई तरीका है क्या, ये मत करो. ये small talks will not help you. Okay, you directly talk to the person, tell him what you think is not right, or you don't feel that this is the right way to talk to me. If it's not getting addressed, move to the next level, talk to the HR. Yeah? Yes, anyone. Yeah.
Jai Hind, ma'am. I'm Smriti Nahag. Ma'am, can I talk in Hindi?
Yeah, of course.
मैम हाँ, आपने भी बताया और हम सभी जानते हैं कि कॉरपोरेट या अदर सेक्टर्स में भी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट. बट खुद से सेल्फ से हम कैसे स्टार्ट करें, कहाँ से स्टार्ट करें, वो हमें अभी भी आइडिया नहीं होता कि कैसे स्टार्ट करें सेल्फ होके. तो मैम वो मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप हमें बताएं कि कहाँ से हम खुद से स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं.
ओके सी, अगर आपको कोई लैंग्वेज सीखनी है तो आप लोगों को डियोलिंगो पता है ऐप. यू कैन लर्न द लैंग्वेज थ्रू डियोलिंगो. वो अगर कोई दूसरी लैंग्वेज है तो. अगर आप इंग्लिश के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, आजकल ऑनलाइन इतने वीडियोस हैं जहाँ पे देर आर इंटरैक्टिव वीडियोस ऑल्सो, एंड देर आर फ्यू एप्स विच आर इंटरैक्टिव एप्स. मतलब आप हिंदी में बात कर रहे हो, वो उसी चीज़ को इंग्लिश में कन्वर्ट करके आपको बता रहे हैं, और फिर वो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, मतलब सिस्टम AI इज़ एक्सपेक्टिंग कि आप जवाब अभी इंग्लिश में दो. अगर आप कुछ गलत बोलते हो, इट विल गिव यू अ प्रॉम्प्ट कि अच्छा ये ग्रामर गलत था या फिर ये गलत है या आप इसकी जगह ये वर्ड यूज़ करो. दीज आर फ्री, दे आर अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन. आप ऑनलाइन जाके सर्च करोगे, आपको काफ़ी सारे ऐप्स भी मिलेंगे और ऑनलाइन लिंक्स भी मिलेंगे जहाँ पे आप जाके प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो. कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अगर इम्प्रूव करना है, दो तरीके के होते हैं. वन इज़ जस्ट कम्युनिकेटिंग विथ ईच अदर, द अदर वन इज़ प्रेजेंटिंग. If you want to improve it for presenting, then there are many certification courses also. Presenting with skills or presentation skills. Go and join that. Sometime you actually need someone who is proficient in it to train you. सब कुछ online difficult होता है, but face to face जब होगा तो उसका impact और भी ज़्यादा होगा. I hope I answered your question. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'll come to you.
Jai Hind, ma'am. My name is Neha Tiwari. My question to you is, as the head of talent management in DHL supply chain, what is one leadership quality that you found difficult to teach, but it is more valuable for long-term success?
Okay. One leadership quality difficult to teach. I have more than one, but one which I feel is we do have few talent in the organization who are at a very senior role, excellent in their role that they are managing. They are probably the role models for that particular profile, that particular role, but they are very bad in team management or team skills or leadership skills. So they could be great as an individual contributor, but as a leader or managing the team, they are not at all there. So extremely demanding, controlling. I cannot share too many details, but this is one quality that I have faced that I found difficult, because in such situations what happens is the management has a different picture about them because they are high performers, but the team speaks otherwise. So to find the right balance between the management and team, and to address this particular individual and tell the person that leadership skills are important and necessary, because you have to take your team with you everywhere. It's important that you find the right balance, otherwise it's difficult for you in the future. And I have faced such situations. I have done counseling along with my management for such cases. So people go on a back foot and they do not accept it, but gradually as we mentor them and we talk to them, they start realizing that what are the loopholes. So that is one piece which I found difficult. Yes.
Jain ma'am, my name is Sanskriti. Ma'am, when you were talking about your BSc to MBA transmission, so I could really relate because I was also from a different background and I could not get that kick from my pharmacy career. So here I'm feeling nice and confident about situations. But one thing that I lack is AI sometimes. So can you give me some advices that how can I use it in my daily life and implement it so that I can improve in it?
Okay. Now you tell me, you need AI for what? What do you want to improve?
Basically, I want to learn about prompting and maybe little coding so that it can help me in my PPTs and some other things.
Okay. So even if you start with the basic, if you start with ChatGPT will give you exact prompts that you need to give to the system to get the desired results. Now ChatGPT cannot make presentation, but there are other tools which will help you make presentation. If you put that prompt in ChatGPT, or if you write those statements to give you the prompt, it will give you as is the prompt that can be used into some other AI system. Now what you need to do is, maybe you can start with the basic like ChatGPT I mentioned. These days people use it for writing emails, but as I mentioned, it's not just email, it can write for you long reports, theses, analysis. It's excellent in analyzing situations. So you pick up couple of topics, you feed it into ChatGPT and see the responses that you're getting. The more that you keep doing it, the more that you will understand, okay, now next step is this. Automatically you will build. Also there are some courses to become proficient into these AI. There are courses as well, like in Coursera or Skillsoft. There are some online e-learning courses which you can apply for, and you can undergo those courses there. Yeah?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So maybe last couple of questions, because I think we are running out of time. Yeah.
Jain ma'am, I'm Sanskriti Pataria. As we know that professional world is moving towards AI and automation. So what is one skill that we should focus on mastering that you believe will be future proof regardless of how technology evolves?
Okay, one skill.
Yeah.
In terms of AI you're saying, or otherwise as a human?
Otherwise.
Okay, so I would probably not give you just one skill. One important thing is that AI cannot replace is empathy, being empathetic. Only human beings can be empathetic, and when we are using AI, it's important that that aspect should not be compromised, because you would be working somewhere. If you're not empathetic enough, you won't be able to lead people or lead teams, and people will not believe in you or trust you. You as in, I'm giving you an example. Second thing is the attitude. So again, attitude does not come through AI. The right kind of attitude, I have seen in interviews, a person with excellent skills, excellent background, everything is perfect. But when the person walks in, what I as an HR typically look in a candidate is never their educational background or what kind of experience they have or anything. What I personally look is the attitude of the person. If in those 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I think it's enough to gauge whether the person has the right attitude. The way the person responds, the way the person sits, the way he is talking, responding, or you ask some incidents, you get to know. If somebody who doesn't have those kind of qualification but has the right kind of attitude, I'll go for that person. Even if this person has less of AI knowledge and this person has more of AI knowledge, right? So attitude and empathy are two things which will never go out of fashion, whether AI is there or not. Okay, one last question. Okay, I'll finish with her.
Jai Hind, ma'am. Myself, Pramita. So, as a global talent expert, what is the one invisible trait you see in professionals who successfully fast track their corporate growth in strategic leadership roles?
One trait that I see is first, okay, one trait you want. So it's eagerness to learn something or drive changes. I think that is one thing that really puts them on a fast track, because when you want to drive change in a positive manner, you are willing to take more responsibilities, you are willing to self-learn, you will do a lot of analysis, try to study that, how changes can be done, how can you make an impact, all of that. So when you have that drive, that passion to make any change, it will definitely put you on a fast track. So it could be changing whatever policies or the program that you're running or the project that you're managing or the customer that you're getting, or changes in anything that you are offering as an organization. So when you have that perspective in mind, I think you are set there to move faster in your life.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, last question, please. We'll finish with her.
Jain ma'am, my name is Anushka. I wanted to ask you the question that what actually motivated you to move into HR, human resources, as you already said that you had the technical background.
Okay. So I'll give you a little personal background. I come from a joint family. I come from a small town. I'm not from Pune. I come from a small town, from a joint family, lot of family members always in the house. So right from as a child, I had a habit of interacting with a lot of people, speaking to them, solving the issues or whatever, connecting with people basically. Again, I mentioned I come from a legal background, so in the house there would be always people talking about what is right, what is wrong, integrity, why you should be courageous and you should stick to it. All of these qualities I was not finding in an IT background, because in IT background none of these were getting ticked. There was no human interaction that I was having, there was no connect that I was building, and I always felt that I would want to make an impact on people's life. I want to change or help somebody, which I was not getting from there. So I knew that I'm not happy here, and even if I would have pursued MC or MCS, I may not have been successful is what I feel. Maybe the decision that I took at that time was the right decision. I moved into HR and now I get to interact with all of you all, right? I wouldn't have been there. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Last one. Huh?
Jai Hind ma'am, myself Ashish, I am from Shirdi. Firstly, I will be express huge respect for the Ujjwal sir, what he had done for our country, like whether it is 26/11 attack and Copper decades and all this. And now you are creating your own path and your own journey, like switching from law background to the management and technology. But I guess from childhood, you are seeing so much big personalities like politicians, big business-minded people and businessmen and all this. That really motivates you in your all whole life, that there is any influence or in networking that helps you in now?
Okay, thank you. Very interesting question. I did not mention my father's name, so I was just wondering where did you get to know? Okay, yeah, it's there. Yes, it does motivate me. I really like seeing what he does, and I'm very happy. All of you all in Pune, so you all know the Ketan Agrawal's case, Sia Agarwal's case, so he's managing that as well. For those who don't know, so he started with his legal background. I've seen a lot of legal background people there, all stalwarts in that field, and then he moved into politics. So how it motivates me or interests me is couple of years he also got a ticket from one of the party to stand for elections, and during that time I also took some leave from the company and I was campaigning as well with him because the period was very short. So now when we do campaigning, we interact with a lot of people from all facets of life, at all levels of life. You talk to people, you give speeches, and those speeches are completely different. Typical politician wala speech hota hai wo, right, with nare ware and all of that. So it definitely motivated me, and I like doing that. What I like about, you asked me, right, is the integrity that he has. So that has stayed with me, and I think it's I will never compromise on that aspect. I have seen he's extremely hardworking. So even till date, he will wake up at 4 o'clock to study for his cases. So that hardworking goes again in a long way. You have to be hardworking and consistently hardworking. Smart working is good, but hardworking is necessary. And integrity, hardworking, and yeah, being there for the people. So being there for the right people. So if you know something is right, be courageous enough and stand for it throughout, whether you are being pushed away or you are the only one standing for that cause. So all of this motivates me definitely. Thank you. Okay, so with that, I know there are many more questions, but considering the paucity of time, I won't be able to take it. I have put in my LinkedIn QR code as well if you would like to connect, and we can connect, as well as if you have any questions, you can write it to me, or you can ask Rati ma'am and she can share it with me. Yeah? Okay, so thank you to all of you all. Wishing you all the very best. These next 2 years are critical. Study hard, party harder, and have a very, very bright future. We don't want dull people here, so please party harder as well. Pune is a great place, and continue striving for excellence. I think that will drive you throughout your journey. And thank you to the institute and to all the faculty members here. Thank you so much.